Every fleck of gold you see glimmering in a riverbed, every tiny particle swirling in the water, carries with it an incredible cosmic history. That journey began billions of years ago, in the heart of a massive star that ended its life in a spectacular explosion, a supernova, or even the collision of two neutron stars. In these unimaginably powerful events, the intense heat and pressure fused atoms together, forging gold and other heavy elements, then flinging them out into the vastness of space. As our solar system formed from this cosmic debris, tiny grains of gold became part of the swirling cloud that would eventually become Earth. Most of this gold sank deep into the planet's core during its early molten days, hidden far from reach. But over millions of years, volcanic eruptions and hydrothermal activity brought some of that gold back up toward the surface, making it accessible to us. Over vast stretches of time, wind, rain, and the relentless forces of erosion broke down rocks, freeing gold and washing it into streams and rivers, where it began a new journey. Because gold is so dense and heavy, it doesn't travel far. Instead, it settles in predictable places. Inside river bends, behind large boulders, and deep within cracks in the bedrock, patiently waiting to be found. These are known as placer deposits, nature's hidden treasure chests where gold accumulates over centuries, sometimes forming nuggets or rich pockets that prospectors dream of discovering. So when you pan for gold, you're not just searching for a mineral. You're uncovering the final chapter of a story that began in the heart of distant stars, billions of years ago, and continues right here in your own backyard. Successful prospectors start with research, not luck. Use geological maps and mining records to find regions with a history of gold. Old mining districts and historic gold rush sites are prime targets. There's often gold left behind. Check government databases for past and current mining claims to spot proven areas. Dive into local archives and miner diaries for overlooked clues about productive creeks and forgotten prospects. Overlay your findings on modern maps to pinpoint where old mines, gold-bearing creeks, and promising geology intersect. This homework narrows your search from endless wilderness to high-probability hotspots. Preparation is what separates a wanderer from a true prospector. With your research in hand, it's time to read the land. Gold is heavy and settles quickly, so focus on placer deposits in rivers and streams. Inside bends, behind boulders, and cracks in bedrock are classic gold traps. Look for gravel bars with mixed sizes. These often hold gold. Black sand is a strong indicator. It settles with gold due to its weight. Quartz pieces in the stream suggest you're near a lode source. By spotting these signs, you're prospecting with knowledge, not guesswork. Let the landscape guide you to where gold naturally collects. You don't need expensive or high-tech gear to get started. Just a few essential tools will do the trick. A gold pan, a sturdy shovel, and a classifier are the basics, and they're all you really need to begin your adventure. These simple tools are lightweight, easy to carry, and perfect for exploring remote locations where heavier equipment would be a hassle. The classifier is especially useful for separating larger rocks and debris from the finer gold-bearing gravel. By sifting your material before panning, you make the process much more efficient and increase your chances of finding gold. It also helps prevent your pan from getting overloaded, making it easier to spot those elusive flakes. A crevice tool is another handy item, letting you dig deep into cracks and crevices in the bedrock where gold often settles and hides. Once you spot tiny flakes or pickers, a snuffer bottle is perfect for sucking them up without losing any precious gold. These tools are small, but make a big difference in your recovery. Safety should always come first. Bring sturdy gloves to protect your hands from sharp rocks, and wear waterproof boots for comfort and traction in slippery riverbeds. Don't forget to pack plenty of water to stay hydrated, and always carry a first aid kit in case of minor injuries or emergencies. When you're ready to start prospecting, focus on promising locations. Inside bends of rivers, areas behind large boulders, and stretches of exposed bedrock are all classic spots where gold tends to accumulate. Take your time to observe the landscape and look for signs of previous high water or natural traps for heavy materials. Pan methodically, shake your pan to help the heavy gold settle to the bottom, then gently wash away the lighter sand and gravel. Watch for black sand, as it's often found with gold. With patience and practice, you'll start to recognize the subtle glint of gold among the dark minerals. Keep careful records of your results for each spot you sample. Every pan you process is a valuable data point that helps you track where gold is most concentrated. Jot down your findings in a field notebook so you can spot patterns and refine your search. By marking your sample locations on a map and comparing your notes, you turn your gold hunt into a scientific search for pay streaks. This systematic approach not only increases your chances of success, but also makes prospecting more rewarding and fun. That first glint of gold is unforgettable, a moment that sends a rush of excitement through every prospector. But remember, it's just the beginning of the journey. The real work starts after that initial discovery, as you begin to wonder how much more might be hidden nearby, waiting to be found. Use your sample results to zero in on richer spots. Test upstream, downstream, and across the area. Don't be afraid to move around and experiment with different locations, even if they seem unlikely at first. Sometimes, the best gold is found where you least expect it, tucked away in a quiet bend or beneath a layer of gravel. Map your pans to find the edges of a pay streak and trace it to its richest point. Keeping detailed notes and marking your results on a map helps you visualize patterns and make smarter decisions about where to dig next. Over time, you'll start to see how gold travels and settles, and you'll get better at predicting where the richest deposits might be hiding. Trust your instincts, but always let your data guide you. Your gut feeling can point you in the right direction, but it's the evidence you gather that will confirm if you're on the right track. Stay curious, and don't rush the process. Every pan tells a story. If a spot looks good but yields nothing, move on. If you find gold, keep narrowing your search. Persistence is key, but so is knowing when to change tactics. Sometimes moving just a few feet can make all the difference between an empty pan and a rewarding find. Prospecting blends science and intuition, rewarding patience and observation. Pay attention to the landscape, the flow of water, and the types of rocks you encounter. Each clue brings you closer to understanding the story of the land and the gold it hides. The real treasure is the adventure, connecting with nature and uncovering Earth's ancient secrets. Every outing is a chance to explore new places, learn new skills, and experience the thrill of discovery in the great outdoors. So, get out there, follow the clues, and start your own gold story. With patience, curiosity, and a sense of adventure, you never know what you might find just around the next bend.